I was thinking about the breath and the breath being a flow.
Mhm.
It flows within what we call inhale, exhale. So our first act when we arrive at the point called birth is we exhale into an inhale,
Mhm.
and that's the flow begins. If
Mhm.
there's if we exhale and the exhale is not return, call it inhale, that's called a stillborn. Stillborn, but
Mhm.
without life, mean
Yeah.
no flow,
Mhm.
no life force.
Mhm.
And so I was thinking about that. I thought, we use so many words. So when we use the word life, what are we talking about?
Mhm.
And when we use the word like the physical body, what are we talking about? And so
Mhm.
what got me thinking about that was when uh, someone, I was listening to a broadcast when this young man, they say he was found without signs of life. So then
Mhm.
what was it that was found?
Mhm.
If there are no signs of life, what is it they found?
Mhm.
Well, so because to me, it's like, okay, if you say you find me, but there's no signs of life, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
So I go, well, what is life then? When you use the word life, what is that talking about? And what is the purpose of life?
Mhm.
And what is the purpose of a physical body, for example?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so I'm thinking the purpose of life is life.
Mhm. Mhm.
So then what is it? So and the body itself is the physical is the embodiment of what what we call life. It is the embodiment
Mhm.
of. But so when they say there's no signs of life, what signs are they talking about? What are the
Mhm.
signs they're talking about that indicates life is present? They're
Mhm.
talking about something that indicates life present. So then they had me questioning life. And I go, okay, we're talking about uh frequencies.
Mhm.
We're talking about vibrations.
Mhm.
We're talking about waves, brain waves, talking about the pulse, heart
Mhm.
rate.
Mhm.
So, but what is that? That's all the physics the physics of what we call life in the body. Like so, and I love the idea about the practitioner training, which is, by the way, those who know what practitioner training is, it's like um studying the polarity
Mhm.
of the purpose for which we are in these bodies. The polarity is non-physical.
Mhm.
The polarity is pure energy, pure essence that some call spirit. The
Mhm.
polarity is that something that sustains the physical body.
Mhm.
And without the polarity of what we are, then the body is void of what we call life. So then the physical embodiment of life, the purpose of that is this thing called living.
Mhm.
So life is the purpose of life, but living is the expression of this thing called life in the visualizing states of being, in the
Mhm.
visualizing states of awareness, in the visualizing states of thought, in the visualizing states of ideas. That's what makes the infinite infinite.
Mhm.
So it has to be in the visualizing vibrational wave frequencies. Uh, and it has to be constant. So
Mhm.
now the breath is a constant flow. So when when the life system, the life that the physical embodies, when there's no longer those signals of what we are.
Mhm.
So we're more non-physical than physical.
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know so when you get, oh, what I am is more non-physical than physical. The non-physical inform is an informational system, of chakras and things, which means
Mhm.
things are happening, on a subatomic level of which we're not aware of. What's causing we get to listen, we get to hear, to see, to move, and we're not directing that.
Well,
So
non-physical is like when people say your aura.
well, the aura is the radiance.
Yes,
The
yes,
aura is the radiance
the radiance. Yes,
of a presence
yes,
that cannot be seen under a microscope.
that's right.
For example, so anything physical is an effect, but the effect is affected by the non-physical.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, for example, that there's a sign of there's a pulse. That's that the body then is a sensory system. So it detects what you really are.
Mm-hmm.
So that gets to be a very interesting conversation. So when what you really are is absence, they
Mm-hmm.
call that we have departed. They call that transition, But the thing is, it's just a flow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a flow. It's a flow, not a departure. It's a flow. So it tells you how tells that what you are is uh not just in this 3D dimension,
Mm-hmm.
third dimension. What you are is not just the physical. It tells you that. So when you go like, oh, okay. So the whole idea of is so interesting. The whole idea of birth and death
Mm-hmm.
is an interesting idea because what are we talking about? Because
Mm-hmm.
before your first exhale, you pre-exist that first exhale into the first inhale. You pre-existed. Otherwise, there was no arrival.
Mm-hmm.